So we're going into our week 2 first day of math, all right? And so today we are going to be doing pages 17 through 19. And what I'm going to be showing you is actually several pages. I'm going to be doing a couple of examples from each page. And so that way you can get a variety of what you're supposed to do and kind of review what we've been doing before. It is standard form, word form, and expanded form. So go ahead and get ready. We are doing pages 17 through 19 in your math packet. You will be assigned pages 19. But we are going to be doing examples from 17, 18, and 19. All right. Now, if for some reason you still have not received your packets, you still can get a pencil and a piece of paper and write these down. I did get a student who asked if I could kind of redo one of the assignments and kind of go slower. And so look out for videos in which I'm going slower for you all. And so I appreciate that student asking for that because I'm more than willing to help as much as possible. So get prepared and get ready for your math lesson. Bye.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get right into the lesson. As I told you, today we are going to be working on page 17, page 18, and page 19 because I have a feeling that each of them kind of gives its own explanation that is needed. Read the directions first. This is page 17. The answers are mixed up at the bottom of the page. So they actually give you the answers. They actually give you the answers at the bottom of the page, but they don't go in order. So you can't say, oh, 233. All right, I'm going to put that on number 1, 233. Nope. No. They did not put them in order. So the answers are at the bottom, but they did not put them in order. So you still have to figure out the answer. All right. Cross out the answers as you complete the problem. So once you find the answer, you need to make sure that you're going to the bottom of the page. And if you use the answer, cross it out. All right. So here we go. We're going to do a couple of them on each page. I'm not going to do every page. Parents, please feel free to assign them as many on these pages as you want. All right, so we are going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So I'm going to circle them. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. All right, here we go. So in number 1, we know that this is expanded form is what you should have said because we see zeros and we see plus signs. So that means that the number was expanded. It was stretched out. But we know 351, when we say that, it's actually telling us where to put the numbers. 300. So that means it should go in the hundreds place. 351. So when we say this number, we say it like this: 351, just like our expanded form. All right, the three is in the hundreds place, the 5 is in the tens place, and the 1 is in the ones place. So let's go ahead and look at number 2. We have 2 hundreds, and the reason why it's plural because it's more than one. 6 tens and 7 ones. So this is kind of easy peasy. lemon squeezy. It tells us where the numbers should go. It tells us that the 2 is in the hundreds, the 6 is in the tens, and the 7 is in the ones. It actually tells us the answer. So we honestly could just write it. 200, 6 tens, 7 ones. 267. All right. So what it's asking us is to write this in standard form. And standard form is how we see it every day. All right. So Miss Norris forgot to do something. And hopefully if you forgot, you remind yourself. I have the answer of 651. I should have went to the bottom, find 351. Yep. Cross it out. All right. I have the answer of 267. Go to the bottom. Yep. Cross it out. That's what we should be doing. All right. So here we go. Number 3, we have 400 plus 20 plus 6. And so if you notice, we only have 3 numbers, which means we only have 3 place values. All right. So we can easily draw, just like at the top, draw 3 lines because we only have 3 place values. All right. When I say place values, I mean hundreds, tens, ones. We don't have a thousands, right? We only have up to 100. So that means we only have 3 numbers. All right. So which number goes in my tens place? You should have said 2. What number goes in my ones place? You should have said 6. And which number goes in my hundreds? You should have said 4. All right. 426. Now think about when I say the number, I'm actually saying it in expanded form. 426. When I say the number, it actually sounds the way you write it when you write it in expanded form. Isn't that interesting? Now, let's go to the bottom. Find 426. Yep, cross it out. All right, go back up to the top. And now we have 400 plus 60 plus 2. All right, I have 3 place values. I have hundreds, tens, ones. I have 3 numbers. 4, 6, and 2 are the 3 numbers that I have. So I should draw 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. We've got to figure out which number goes on those lines. All right, so we know that this is the ones place, this is the tens place, and this is the hundreds place. So what number goes in the tens place? You should have said 6. What number goes in the hundreds place? You should have said 4. And what number goes in the ones place? You should have said 2. So now my answer is 462. Now, when I say that number, it sounds exactly the way it's said in expanded form. We're going to go to the bottom and find 462. Yep, there it is, right there, and cross it out. All right, last one on this page. 5 hundreds, 1 10, 3 ones. Well, these are easy because these actually tell us where the numbers go. 5 hundreds, 1 10, 3 ones. It's actually telling us where to put the number. So we have 3 numbers, 5, 1, and 3. So we put 3 lines. We just got to figure out, where do these numbers go? Well, we know this is the ones place, this is the tens place, this is the hundreds place. All right. Now, looking at it, you should say easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 3 goes in the ones place. It says it right there. It literally says 3 ones. It goes in the ones place. All right. Where does the 5 go? You should have said the hundreds. 5 hundreds. It tells us to put the 5 in the hundreds place. And where does the 1 go? You should have said the tens, because it tells us 110. So the answer is 513. All right, let's go to the bottom. Let's find 513. Yep, right there. Cross it out. All right, so those are examples on this page. You can be more than happy to finish this page if you want to. I'm more than positive you're probably not, unless your parent tells you to do it. All right, here we go. Page 18. Now, this is in word form. That's why Miss Norris says it's very, very important to learn to read. Because wherever you go, regardless of what you do, whether it's math, science, social studies, art, gym, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it all somehow involves reading. So now we're doing math, but you're like, wait a minute, Miss Norris, these are words. Well, math and words go together. So here we go. It says write the number using only digits. Digits is another word for numbers. So write the number using only numbers. So number 1, we're going to do number 1 and number 2 together. We have 164. 164. All right, I'm going to make my chart over here. And I'm going to say ones, tens, hundreds. You don't have to worry about thousands, because I don't think these worksheets go up to 1,000. So I don't think you have to worry about that. All right, here we go. 164. All right, we have to write these in number form. So where would I write 4? Would I write it in the hundreds, the tens, or the ones? The number 4, you should have said the ones place. Where would I write 1? Where would I write the number 1? Think about it. Read it and think about it. You should have said the hundreds. 100. It tells us to put it in the hundreds place. Sometimes the answer is right in front of us. We don't even have to think about it. Where does the number 60? 60 means, what number would I write? You should have said 6. Because the answer is actually right there. It says 6. All right, like 40, 50, 90. That T means tens when you think of that word. So you should have written the number 6. All right, here we go. I don't have much space, so I'm going to erase it. So your answer should have been 164. All right, so here we go. Number 2, 652. Sometimes if you say it with emphasis means really hard and extra, it can kind of tell us. So I'm going to draw my chart. And I'm going to label it ones, tens, hundreds. And remember, Miss Norris, this thing makes me write sloppy, so I apologize. All right, so we have 652. I have 3 numbers that I just said. Where would I put the number 6? Think about it. Where would I put the number 6? You should have said the hundreds, because it says 600 right there. All right. Where would I put my 2? You should have said the ones place. All right. And lastly, what is my last number going to be? 50. What word do you hear in 50? You should have said 5. You should hear the word 5, 50. All right, 50 and 5. Remember that T at the end means 10 in the word, remember? So the number is actually 5. All right, so with that, that's what you would do. You would create your chart and you put the numbers in the correct place. All right, and lastly, here is page 19. Let's see. Norris is trying to figure out if I should give you more work. I think I am. Hate me later. I don't care. I think I'm going to assign you page 18, 7 through 12. And then page 19, 15, and 16. So we're going to do 13 and 14 together. All right. Write the number as a sum of hundreds, tens, and ones. Then write the number using words. So with the words, you might have to ask for help with spelling. And Ms. Norris is going to try to write as neatly as possible with this thing. All right, so write the number as a sum. Remember, sum means to add. So that's going to be the top part. And then it says write the number using words. The words is going to be on the bottom where the longer line is. All right, so here we go. Remember, when we say the number, it's actually telling us how to write it in expanded form. So the number is 522. As you can see, it has 3 lines because it has 3 numbers. So, where would my 20 go? Would it go here, here, or here? Where would 20 go? It would go in the tens. And remember, when we write in expanded form, we write it how we say the number. Expanded forms have zeros and plus signs. So we know the number 20 is written as 20. Zeros and plus signs. How would we write 500 in expanded form? You should have said 500. And then how would we write the number 2? We just write the number 2. All right. So now that we have the first part, now we need to write it in word form. So this was standard form right here. This is expanded form. And now we need to write it in word form. 522. So here we go. Ms. Norris is going to write it as neatly as possible. 5, remember, no English word ends in V. It is always followed by a silent E. 500. Please write neatly and as small as possible. 20. All 522 is word form. Word form means letters. All right, here we go. Number 14. We need to write it in expanded form and then word form. Expanded form, when we say it, it tells us how to write it. So here we go. 435 is standard form. How would we write it in expanded form? How would I write 5 in expanded form? You should have said just 5. Just the number 5. It tells us when we say it. How would I write 400? You should have said, or you should have written 400. How do you write 30? You should have said 30. All right, now it's time to write it in word form. So here we go. 400 35 is what you should have written. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.